Hello and welcome to the University of Law. This is an interesting video in that I thought I'd get organised this year, and I recorded what I was looking forward to about 2024. I recorded that video a few days in advance, not massively in advance, and since I recorded it, there have been two further announcements about 2024, which I was speculating about in the video, but this now contradicts what I was speculating. So this video is coming out roughly at the same time. I'm recording it in advance again. There might be more revelations, in which case there'll be more videos to come. But yeah, so there's two things that have come out. The first thing that came out was that the second Sontaran vs. Russian release, which is coming out in February, will feature the third Doctor. I speculated he'd be in the final one because he was the first Doctor on television to face them, but no, he's going to be in the second set. So that seems quite exciting. It's a third Doctor and Sarah Jane adventure, obviously, because it's post Time Warrior, which was her debut story. And the Brigadier's involved as well, who kind of met the Sontarans in Time Warrior as well. So it's a nice little reference back there to the very first televised Sontaran story, which leaves the War Doctor and the Sixth Doctor for the final two stories. I wonder, maybe it will all end in the Time War. Who knows, maybe the big finales for the War Doctor, but we'll see. Now, this is the really big news, which is Benny Summerfield, as you can see on screen, is returning for the Ninth Doctor adventures. When I was speculating about the remaining box sets for Series 3 of the Ninth Doctor adventures, I had no idea, and there was no details at all about this next box set, and now we've got these details for February 2024. So Benny Summerfield is back. What I love about the Ninth Doctor is he was my first Doctor, really. The first one I watched on television as a child. And that one series that he did, because they were launching something new, while there were references, when you look back, there's a lot of references to things like Davros is referenced in the first series and Unit, but it's very much a standalone series. And the Ninth Doctor can very easily appear to kind of be on an island in this big, wider universe of stuff going on. And Big Finish have really worked with the character with these new adventures to really embed him a little bit more in this ever-expanding universe. So we've had him meet a lot of the Big Finish family, like Liv Chenka, for example. We've had him meet classic characters like Alpha Centauri. By having Benny Summerfield, it really opens it up to the really big world now of expanded media, of the novels, of all that stuff going on in the 90s. Because really, the Ninth Doctor was sort of, came only about 10 years after these new adventures were coming out in novel form. So it's great to actually see him immersed in that world, because for a long time we kind of thought it was 7, 8 and 9. We now know that it was the War Doctor, but when he first became the Doctor, it felt like he hadn't been the Doctor that much since he'd been in his 7th and 8th bodies when he knew Benny. Benny obviously mainly associated with the 7th Doctor, but has done books and audios with the 8th as well. So it's great to see Benny and the 9th Doctor showing audio. It'll be really exciting. I wonder if there's a Time War element. I think, obviously, it's the first time he's meeting her post the Time War, so a lot of this has happened. I know he did meet her during the Time War in his 8th incarnation, Lies in Ruins, which was the River Song story. But I think what's interesting here is that it mentions something about something that should remain buried, and he wants it to stay that way. So she's an archaeologist. He's trying to keep what's happened quiet, and maybe she's digging around and she's about to unearth something that he wishes would stay buried. So that's an interesting idea. But yeah, other than that, she's from the 25th century, obviously, written by Paul Cornell, who wrote the amazing Father's Day for the Ninth Doctor on television. Obviously, it's reunited the Ninth Doctor with the longest-running Big Finish character. It can be purchased for $29.99 on CD or $22.99 on download. Of course, with the bundle, I bought the bundle. I'm guessing you get a bit of a discount. I'm not quite sure. I don't really know what the discounts are anymore, because I just bundled them because I know I'm going to get them all. But yes, this is a peril that's been buried for millennia. And some heart inside a troubled mind. Yes, I wonder if it is something to do with the Time War. And wherever he finds injustice, danger, or a mystery, it's that's interesting, because that kind of sounds like the 7th Doctor's last words on television, the last words said by the Doctor on BBC produced television episodes and tell the Ninth Doctor's story in Fat Rose. But this is the Doctor won't stop digging until the truth is uncovered, so maybe it is him who's exploring the past. So we've got Theatre of Cruelty, is the first story by Lisa McMullen. Yeah, we've got a great set of writers, Lisa McMullen, Mark Wright, Matt Fitton. We're in safe hands here. Yes, this looks like a historical. There's been some great historicals for the Ninth Doctor, so that looks exciting. There we've got a contemporary story. I'm guessing it'll be like Halifax 2005, maybe. I like it when we get that sort of nostalgia for the era in which it was written, like when the Seventh Doctor does 70s stories, for example, or the Fifth Doctor does early 80s stories. So that looks quite exciting. And of course, the grand finale, Ancient History. In more ways than one, the Doctor's facing his own past, really. This is the kind of story we would never have dreamed of getting with the Ninth Doctor. It's like an alien planet, Benny Summerfield. But yeah, Eccleston himself, Chris Eccleston, actually comments, "This is the first time my Doctor has met Benny in TV or audio. Good to explore. They've met before as individuals, but they hadn't met as characters. And Benny's exciting. This Brother is excited because she can work with another Doctor to add to her list. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so the bundle is 108 on CD for the whole series, or 88 on download. And you can get the first 2 series on vinyl if you're interested. So there we have it. So that is the big news. What do you think of this news? What do you think of the double news of the Third Doctor and the Ninth Doctor? Do let me know in the comments below. Happy New Year, and unless there's another big announcement, this should be the last video I say on my speculation for the year ahead.